Welcome, English 1102 friends. This is a video guiding you through the reading and assignment schedule for spring 2022. You can see the same basic information is at the top of this. This is in syllabus, schedule, and exams. And this is the schedule. You can see the basic contact information, all that stuff up here at the top. What I really want to talk you through is one of the last things in the syllabus video is the grade breakdown, the 70% for the exams, the 30% for the 2 research assignments. What this will help you understand more clearly is how those 9 assignments will all, how they will be spread out and how they will work, and what you will do leading up to them and what they will each be testing you over. The basic layout of the course is, if you set aside the research assignments for just a second, the basic layout of the course is we will read through 2 or 3 assignment modules and then we'll take an exam over it. So for example, we will read through, you will see that each of the reading assignments has one of these little designations at the beginning, like INE, Innocence and Experience, W and L for Work and Labor, IMP for Intoxication and Play. So we will read through these batches of modules, and that's how they're organized in D2L in the weekly modules. Innocence and Experience, this is how you'll find the readings. You'll go in, you'll see the reading list here, you'll go into the Innocence and Experience, and you'll find links to all these readings, as well as videos of me, what was the substitute for us being in class and discussing each of these readings. There's videos discussing each of these for you too. We'll go through Innocence and Experience, Work and Labor, Intoxication and Play, and then we will take the first exam. We'll cover Innocence and Experience, Work and Labor, Intoxication and Play. And then you will see, we'll go through Family and Community, F&C, Family and Community, Conflict and Combat, and then exam number 2 will cover Family and Community, Conflict and Combat. Now set aside the exam number 3 and exam number 7 for a second, the midterm and the final exam. Then you will see nature, we'll go through N and S, Nature and Settings, G and G, Gothic and Grotesque, and then exam 4 will cover Nature and Settings, Gothic and Grotesque. Characters and Relationships, Gender and Sexuality, Ethics and Morality, and then you will see exam 5 covers Characters and Relationships, Ethics and Morality, Gender and Sexuality. And then the last text we will use this semester is the movie Schindler's List, the film Schindler's List. Exam number 6 covers Schindler's List. So you've got April 19th, 21st, and then the 26th, and then the exam number 6 that covers Schindler's List is what would be our last day of class if we met physically for class, that April 28th, which is the last day of class for us, since we're a Tuesday and Thursday, since I have this set up as a Tuesday and Thursday meeting. And then on Friday, the final exam, exam number 7, is due Friday, March 6th at 11 a.m. That gets you through 5 of the 7 exams right there. Exam 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Each of those will have questions based on the readings. 2 of those are short answer exams. Those are exams 1 and I believe number 4. And then 3 of them are short essay. The Schindler's List exam, which is number 6, number 2, and number 4. Yes. Those are all short essay, 500 to 600 words. You'll have a choice. With the short answer exams, you'll have 12, something like 11 or 12, and you'll pick 8 short answers. With the short essays, you'll have 5 or 6 topic choices. You'll pick one, write the short 500 or 600 word essay. The midterm and the final exam, which is number 3 and number 7, are both short answer exams. Same format. You'll have about 12, 11 or 12. You'll pick 8 of those. But what they will cover, they are terminology exams, and they will cover, so the midterm, exam 3, which is on March 3rd, will cover all of the terminology leading up to before March 3rd. The final exam will cover everything from the midterm to the final. The terminology that is covered in these exams, there's a section for it, there's a module for it at the bottom of D2L, at the bottom of the modules, but that terminology is all of the terminology that is in all caps, boldface, and surrounded by asterisks in the reading and assignment schedule. So So for example, the midterm will cover Bildungsroman, narrator, stanza, climax, simile, situational irony, dialogue, caesura, conflict, abad, setting, anti-hero, foreshadowing, and grotesque. So you get to exam 3, it's all these bold-faced, all caps terms. That's what you're going to be, that's what the 12 questions on the midterm will all be dealing with, and it will ask you to apply them somehow, or think through them, or use them somehow in respect or relation to something that we've read. And then the terms that will be on the final exam begin with plot, symbol, personification, and Gothic there on March 8th. That gives you the exams. Like I said, so you end up with 4 short answer exams, the midterm and the final, and then exam 1, and I believe, I don't want to say wrong, exam 5, and then 3 short essays, 2, 4, and 6 are the short essay exams. That gets you through all of the exams. Mixed in there are, though, the other 2 research assignments. The bibliographic essay is due January 27th, and then we have a week set aside for the research paper in late March. So the research paper is due March 24th. That gives you the research paper. What you will do is go into D2L. You will jump back over to, you'll jump down here to Research Project Guidelines and Information. The first link in there is the Research Topics Master List. You will jump on this list, and it, much like the reading and assignment schedule, is organized into topics. So don't pick a topic. The topics are just connecting you to the reading and assignment schedule. The topics are things like The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel, Girl Gangs, Greenpeace, Roe versus Wade, Erik Prince and Blackwater. There should be something like 60 or 70 topics. Only 1 topic per student per class. So once somebody in your class takes the topic, that's gone. So often what you will need to do, the way you will pick a topic is you will email me and let me know what topic you want to use. It is often useful to send me, when you email me, say, these are my top 3 choices in order, in case your first choice is already taken. You will use this topic for both the bibliographic essay and the research paper. If you jump back to the Research Project Guidelines and Information module, which you see right there, under each of those, then you will see there's a video guide to completing the bibliographic essay. There are basic assignment guidelines. There's some other links that'll guide you through, like outlining and building a bibliographic essay. And then there's a couple of sample A papers from past students, both with the bibliographic essay and the research paper. So if you're wondering what doing this right would look like, there's some samples of those in both the bibliographic essay and the research paper. If you jump over here to that, you can see it. There is, same thing, there's a guide and checklist, a video guide to the writing and citations for the research paper, which you see right there, and then 2 sample research papers. So that gives you guidance for each of those 2 research assignments. I'm going to jump over into one of the weekly modules. You'll notice the basic format of the class. You click on the week of January 11th through the 13th, the week that we're in right now. I have this set up as a Tuesday, Thursday meeting class, just because what that allows us to do is skip. We don't deal with the interruption of the Martin Luther King Day holiday, so we just run week by week by week, and we don't have the carryover Monday at the end. You will see when you click on January 11th through the 13th, you've got the Innocence and Experience module. You click on the Innocence and Experience module. You've got a course video. You've got several course videos. I broke this into several small videos just so that there's not 1 hour-long video that you're having to deal with. You can take these in little bits and pieces. They are often 15, 20 minutes. At the very longest, they're 25 or 30 minutes with some of the longer stories. But you can see right here, I've got it broken down into these little pieces that deal with maybe 2 poems or 1 story or something like that. Most of the reading for this class is designed to, and I'm going to jump back to the reading and assignment schedule here before I try to begin to explain this. The readings for this class are really, the way that I've chosen them, there's several pieces of logic to it. Often what I've tried to do is pick a story that teaches a particular concept. One example of that is Bildungsroman, which is a coming-of-age story. You've got two stories, Tunneling to the Center of the Earth by Kevin Wilson and The First Day by Edward P. Jones, that are arguably Bildungsromans. They show people coming of age. One of them is about a group of friends who graduate from college. The other is about a little girl going to her first day of school with her mom. So some of the stories are chosen because they show or demonstrate particular concepts. One of the other things I try to do in this class is pick writing by people who are still alive and still working. Because I think for a lot of students, you hear literature or something like that, you think old, dead, white guys who have been, you think Shakespeare or somebody who's been dead for 400 years. Very often in this class, I've chosen somebody because they're still alive. Like Edward P. Jones, who wrote The First Day, still alive and working. Kevin Wilson, who wrote Tunneling to the Center of the Earth, still alive. He's a writer who lives in Tennessee, so he's still alive and writing. Some of the stories are older, like A&P is a story from the 1960s. It's a story of a teenager working in a grocery store. So some of those stories, John Updike has passed away now, they are a little bit older, but they often either match. In this case, I've kept using A&P because it matches with, it's a clear work story. It's about a teenager working a job that he doesn't really care for. That is how I have picked the readings. In most of the modules, what you will get day by day is something like a story, which is the thing that's underlined at the beginning, and then 4, 5, 6 poems. They're all tied to the theme. Like these are all innocence and experience stories and readings about innocence and experience. And then A&P, Now That the Circus is Shut Down, Hay for the Horses, Escaped Housewife. Those are all stories and poems that are related to work and labor. They show people working, doing some kind of job, physical labor, mental labor, things like that. I hope that gives you some sense of the readings and how they're organized and how I pick them for this course, alongside the assignments and when they're going to be due. What will happen on the days that assignments are due is I will give you some kind of guidance about when exam number 1 is going to open up, when exam number 2 is going to open up. Typically what I'm going to do is I'll open it up sometime around 10 in the morning, and you'll have 6-8 hours to do it. I don't use Respondus. I'm just not interested in policing your work in that kind of way. I'm just going to trust you to be an adult and do your own work, and you're going to hopefully trust me to be an adult and grade it. So that's the kind of relationship I want to have with you guys, since I can't see you face to face. We will, especially at the beginning of the class, we will have some Zoom sessions to review, and in case anybody is nervous about the exams or has exam concerns, I will give you a few days before the exam is due. So for example, typically what we'll have, like exam number 1 is going to be due that Thursday or Friday of February 3rd, February 4th, something like that. Probably on that Monday or Tuesday at the beginning of February, I'll have an open Zoom session, which I will also then record. So you can jump on the Zoom and ask me any questions you might have, but then I will record it and post it in the announcements for anybody who can't make it. So it'll give you some preparation for the exams. Hopefully, it's all clear to me because obviously I made the syllabus and reading list, but hopefully that answers some basic questions for you for this course, and both the reading load and the assignments and how they're spaced and when they're due. The one quirk to this is the first assignment that's due is the bibliographic essay. So probably the first thing you need to do as you're watching this video is jump back into that research module and pick a topic, and then maybe watch that bibliographic essay video so you'll have a sense. The bibliographic essay is a 6-paragraph essay. It has an introduction and a conclusion, and then 4 body paragraphs that each are about one of your four research sources. So it asks you to gather 4 research sources that you want to use later in your research paper, and explain and describe those sources to me and analyze those sources for me. That will all be clear when you watch the bibliographic essay. So hopefully that gives you a basic breakdown of the work of the course, and connects you to that 70%, 30% breakdown from the syllabus video. If you have any specific questions that this video didn't answer about the work of the course or about the reading load, please be in touch with me, and I will be happy to try to answer them for you. Thanks.